I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take dope or have affairs. Just call me square, 'cause I don't care. I won't do the things I don't believe in. I don't care about impressing your friends. Don't care about fitting in the crowd. I'll say it one time and I'll say it loud. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take dope or have affairs. Just call me square, 'cause I don't care. I won't do the things I don't believe in. I don't care about impressing your friends. Don't care about fitting in the crowd. I'll say it one time and I'll say it loud. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take dope or have affairs. Just call me square, 'cause I don't care. Complain, complain, complain. You're always the same. You will never change. All you do is complain. You complain about the things I cook. You complain about the way I look. You complain about the clothes I wear. And you don't like my hair. You complain because I don't work. You say I'm a no-good jerk. And then I go to work and you go berserk. Complain, complain, complain. You're always the same. You will never change. All you do is complain.
All right, later.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Crews are on the scene of a crash on South Blue Angel Parkway at Sorrento Road. Crews are also on the scene of repairs to a broken water main. Sterling Way is closed from Mulat Road to Bell Lane in Milton. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FRIEND. That's FRIEND. Enter it now at newsradio710.com. The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. And once again, here we are together. Just me and you here trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? Are some of the food additives in Doritos and other foods making people dumber around the country? Is it in the vapes that people are vaping? Or is there something in the vapes making people nuts? But here we are trying to figure it out. Telephone number to reach the Uncle Henry Show. Maybe there's something you want to share with me or the listener. 251-479-2723. 251-479-2723. The email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Got, as usual, so many things we can talk about here on the Uncle Henry Show, and I will talk with you about some of them. Today, there was a Mobile City Council meeting, and there's some good stuff. I want to share with you some good things from today's Mobile City Council meeting, things that I think that probably won't irritate you too much. Of course, you might be me. You might be like me, where any expenditure by the government can get you irritated. Yes, I know the government does have to spend some money. We do need things like roads and police and stuff like that. But anytime I hear about government spending, I just get a little bit irritated. But I think I got some good stuff here for you from the Mobile City Council meeting. Now, I looked at the Mobile City Council meeting today on YouTube, and I want to tell you, I'm still having trouble getting used to the new generational shift in Mobile City government. We've got young Mayor Sparrow. He just seems so young. He didn't seem as young to me when he was running. Now he seems even younger than when he ran. And we got all the younger council people on there. You got Josh Woods and that guy, that Bo Fleming guy, and all. They just seem so young. Corey Penn, so you just like watching a bunch of kids down there running the city. Now, I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. I'm just saying it just generationally. It's hard for me to get used to seeing all these kids running things down there. Anyway, let's get to the stuff. Here is an update on one of my favorite topics of all time, and that is the improvement of infrastructure. Oh, yes. Nothing I like better than a newly paved road or a repaired pothole, improved drainage, any of that. I just love anytime infrastructure is worked on. I really do love it. As long as it's not one of these projects that takes years and years and years and they shut a road down. We saw that happen years ago on Florida Street in Mobile. That was terrible. This whole McGregor Avenue thing went on way too long, ridiculously so. Here is young Mayor Sparrow telling us about another street project that's fixing to start up. It's going to take a while, but they're not going to shut the road down. So let's listen together and learn about a Mobile road project. I love when the infrastructure is improved.
Emergency overnight shelters are open when temperatures fall below 40 degrees.
Now that's the wrong.
The most important.
That's the wrong stuff. All right, I had to, let me see if I can get to it here. I went through and edited too quickly. I was in too much of a hurry. I was so excited to get on here with you. So let's listen.
Anyone in need should call 211 for information. They can connect you with the most up-to-date info on available shelters and services. We have a great group of volunteers and nonprofits.
But if you can call 211.
Families, pet owners, and anyone else who needs a warm place to stay.
Okay.
So I want to thank our shelter partners, Waterfront Rescue Mission, McKimmey Place, Salvation Army, and I want to thank the transit system for waiving fees for those seeking shelter this week.
Yes.
One other fun thing happening is our Dolphin Street project.
All right, here we go. Finally. Wait, now I'm about to get into this Mayor Sparrow thing, and Shelby Mitchell of 95 KSJ coming back. Now, are you cleaning again? Last week when I got back, you were cleaning this place. What's going on?
I'm not cleaning.
Wait, let me get the right microphone.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm not cleaning, as you can see, and I'm not even finished cleaning. I am going to put up Mardi Gras very soon. I'm coming to get my mouse, and I apologize for the interruption.
That's okay. Come on, Shelby Mitchell, live radio. You know, people love the let me put there on camera. We're on YouTube. There she is.
Hi.
There she is on YouTube.
And P.S., is this a Christmas sweater or just... I've been told no, it's not. I've been told it's okay to have. It's like a Valentine's sweater, but it kind of looks like a Christmas sweater.
You know what? We live in a time in our nation's history where you're encouraged to be your own weirdo and just do whatever you want to do.
You call me a weirdo?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just remarking that. Don't we live in that time?
Yes.
So if you want to wear a Christmas sweater,
thank you,
and that does resemble a Christmas sweater.
Thank you.
Go ahead and wear it. Why not?
You're giving me fashion tips. I love this.
Well, you asked.
I'm going to get my mouse now.
All right, there she goes.
Goodbye.
All right, well, Shelby Mitchell coming in, interrupting the first segment of the show. Maybe we can make. That's okay. Maybe we can turn this into a regular thing where you come in, interrupt the first segment of the show, and actually relax me and the listener. This is live. This is what live radio is, at least on the Uncle Henry Show, is other DJs from other radio stations interrupting things. All right, back to young Mayor Sparrow. After he's told people if you get cold tonight, call 211 and they'll get you some help. Here is an infrastructure project. I love infrastructure projects.
We will soon be moving forward with important infrastructure improvements on a busy stretch of Dolphin Street near I-65.
Ooh, Dolphin near I-65. It's very busy there.
This is in partnership with AlDOT and Mobile County, and the city will soon begin traffic safety and infrastructure upgrades on Dolphin Street between Rhymes Road and Sage Avenue.
Okay.
This project will reduce congestion and collisions while also upgrading street lights, curbs, gutters, and the road surface, of course.
Good.
There will be some temporary lane closures, but the road will remain open at all times to traffic throughout the entire project to minimize disruption to the local businesses there and,
thank you, Lord,
of course, to our citizens. We're hosting a community meeting about the project at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, January 20th, and that will be at Dolphin Way Baptist Church. So if you have questions, bring them to that community meeting. Councilman Penn and Councilman Fleming will join me to share details and answer questions about this project. So if you're interested in that, please join us Tuesday, January 20th at 6 p.m.
All right. Well, I would love to be there, but I'm going to be doing the Uncle Henry Show at that time. And wouldn't that be? I would love to go to a meeting on infrastructure. All right. Well, but I'm committed to being here Tuesday on the Uncle Henry Show. But anyway, project coming up to improve Dolphin Street near the interstate. Thank the Lord. All right, there's more from the council meeting. I'll try to share all that stuff with you. I hope I've edited it properly. And we'll see if any other radio personalities interrupt to clean or get their computer equipment.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, friend. That's friend. Enter it now. From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident at Eglin Air Force Base on Highway 285 at Spence Parkway. It's getting slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 48-minute drive. We did have an earlier accident, I-10 eastbound at the ramp to Water Street in Mobile. That wreck is cleared. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
All right, if there's any YouTube viewers, hello to you. I'm going to check. Let me see. Oh, and there you are. Yeah, there's a small number of people looking in. Thank you for those that may be looking in on the Uncle Henry Show. Let's see. Excalibur One Force, Shino Bucks Worlds, Sharon of Fairhope, JD, John Daniel, $500. Yeah, I'm going to be in a parade. I can't remember when. And it's a night parade. Shelby and I are going to be grand marshals of a parade together. And I can't remember. And I hope the people that invited us aren't watching, because they'd be just devastated to know that I've forgotten what it's called. But I'm going to ride in one. JD, so $500 on Mardi Gras throws. What kind of throws do you like to throw? I'm curious. What's the best bang for the buck? Because I've not bought Mardi Gras throws to throw in parades maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. So I don't know what would be the most cost-effective things that people they'll still want to catch. Would love to hear what you got. Richard Harvey, hello to you. KP of shirtbutter.com. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. Ken. Yeah, Ken, I hope you're okay. I don't want to offend by having the flag on the on a tie. I don't want to offend, but I have the flag and the Statue of Liberty on there. Norman Richardson, hello to you. Ben Griffin of Baldwin County, hello to you. Thank you all for looking, you small number of people looking on Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. I'll start calling it just the video people or something. And that way I'll be right. All right, let me see. What is there anything I can tell you before I go back on the radio? I've already got a voicemail during the first segment. I like that. That's a good sign. What can I tell you? I do have a programming note for you. For those that enjoy watching on YouTube or on the video, I will no video tomorrow. No video, but there's a new show tomorrow. Sheriff Birch is going to be on the show tomorrow. Going to ask him about Mardi Gras. I want to know what's the wildest thing he's seen at Mardi Gras. He, I think his first parades as a police officer were in the late 80s, early 90s. But no video until a week from today. There will be no video. This will be the last video until next Tuesday. I'll tell you more in the next commercial break if you're interested. But this will be the last video of the week for the Uncle Henry Show.
What matters, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Listen and subscribe to Wellness Unmasked on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. It's 5:20. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Got more for you from the Mobile City Council meeting. Also on YouTube. If you want to look at me struggling in here on YouTube, you can watch on the YouTube. Look up Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. Please subscribe. Let's see. I've got more from today's Mobile City Council meeting. I've got voicemail that came in the last segment about what I was playing on the air. But I do have a live caller. Hello, caller.
Hi.
Hey, you are live on the radio.
Hi, I'm glad they're fixing the roads. That's good.
Yes, it is. It's always so encouraging to see the city invest in itself by maintaining the infrastructure properly.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than driving down a bumpy old road.
Horrible. It's bad for your car. It's bad for the quality of life.
Exactly, and I know that bumpy road probably definitely irritates your mother's huge hemorrhoids.
Well, hey! How dare you! Don't you ever say something like that. You're sick! You're a sick freak! You're a sick, low-down, disgusting, perverted scumbag for saying something like that. How dare you even think about my mother having that type of a medical condition? You know, and that's there's a lot of people that have suffered from that kind of a condition all throughout U.S. history, including former President, the late Jimmy Carter. It's a terrible thing. They don't want to talk about it. And the fact that you would even try to connect that, the fact that you would have that part of my mother in your mind is so just sick. I wish I could reach through the phone line and just grab you. All right, but look, let me stop there. Let me stop before I have any more. I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak violence. I don't want to. You know, words have power. You can speak these things into being, and I don't want to generate any of that energy with my own tongue. You've already generated negative energy with your tongue. You've that sinful, nasty tongue. You got such a sinful, nasty tongue. It's probably although I can't verify and would never want to, probably the most foul, icky organ of your body. That tongue of yours, sir. It's sickening. And I don't want to match your energy. You have struck out with your pervert energy. I'm rebutting your energy like a man should. But instead of reaching through the phone line and slapping you around as you so well deserve, I mean, in my mind, the mental imagery would be something like from one of the Denzel Washington Equalizer movies. He's so good. If you like seeing people get beat up that deserve getting beat up, the Denzel Washington Equalizer films are good for that. But instead of going through the phone line and grabbing you and doing like a Denzel all outside your head so that you are incapacitated due to the injuries that I would perform upon your body, instead I'm going to change the energy and I'm going to pray for you. I pray that the Lord goes into your life and brings peace to your heart, that whatever wound you've got deep within you, there's obviously a wound deep inside of you that has not been healed. And that's why you're lashing out at defenseless elderly women like my mother that has no verifiable hemorrhoidal problem. I pray that the Lord reaches into your soul and heals that which is broken in you. You think it's unhealable. It can be healed by God. And I pray that he heals that and that you become a better person. And then you go to law enforcement and turn yourself in for all of the things that I'm sure you've done. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, listener, I apologize. I had to do that. I had to change the energy. I had to pray for the sleaze bag. And I think now we're covered. The sleaze bag prayed for it. Now back to the Uncle Henry Show. In the last segment of the program, we talked about the fact that Mobile doing what it should be doing, which is improving the infrastructure with this big Dolphin Street project that's going to be near the interstate. They're having a meeting a week from tonight at 6 o'clock at Dolphin Way Church with the mayor, Young Spiro, and Bo Fleming, and the very talkative Corey Penn. Now, I've received a voicemail already, I believe, on this topic.
Hey, Unc, it's Pat and Ellie. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Hey, listen, currently listening to you on AM radio. Love AM radio. I love to listen to Uncle Henry on AM radio.
Thank you.
I know I like to call in and complain a lot, but I just want to give props to our new mayor. I think it's awesome that they're actually having a meeting on infrastructure in the evening where adults that have jobs can attend.
Now, and I'm pausing the voicemail there to point out that, yes, you're right. Now, they have the council meetings during the day because they don't want adults with jobs to attend. That irritates them, and it makes the meetings last longer when, law-abiding, job-holding citizens show up and actually have good ideas. They don't like that. But they're doing it at night, next Tuesday night, so that is good. Yes. All right, back to the voicemail.
Have jobs can attend.
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Instead of the people who complain and don't have jobs hanging out during the day, adults with jobs can go and attend a meeting of our city government. That's awesome. Thank you, Spiro, Cheerio, Goddess. Unc, I hope you have a great afternoon, and roll tide.
Roll. Tide roll. Pat and Ellie, thank you for your voicemail. The voicemail number is 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976. To leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show, or you can call live like the pervert did. And that live number for the non-perverts, if possible, is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Now, let's see. Do I have time for anything else from the council meeting? I've got a few more things I want to share with you from the council meeting. If I don't interrupt him, real quick, Mayor Spiro. We'll go into the break with young Mayor Spiro talking about Mardi Gras.
Finally, and most fun, is Mardi Gras. Carnival season is here. Mobile's first parade will roll on Friday, January 30th. All the parade schedules, parking information, and helpful tips you need for the 2026 parading season are available on the city's Mardi Gras dashboard. You can find that at cityofmobile.org/Mardi Gras. I want to thank the countless city employees who make Carnival possible every year. Our first responders, public works crews, public safety teams, and so many others. They work a lot of overtime. They're tired and stressed, but they want to make sure that you have a fantastic Mardi Gras season. So if you see one of them, be sure to thank them for their hard work. They're putting the final preparations in place as we speak, and we're excited to bring you another great Mardi Gras season.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design.com Traffic Center.
And watch for an accident on South Blue Angel Parkway at Sorrento Road. Crews are repairing a broken water main in Milton. Sterling Way is closed from Mulat Road to Bell Lane. And it's slow on the Bayway east on I-10 from I-65 to the Eastern Shore. It's a 19-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Murphy High School ramping up security days after a shooting near the school. The Mobile County Public School System said the Murphy versus Blunt basketball game was rescheduled because of wet floors. After everyone left the gym, investigators say a fight led to gunshots ringing out in the area, leaving a team with serious injuries. School board member Johnny Hatcher said what happened January 9th is disappointing, but he has full trust in law enforcement. On top of numerous officers at the game, MCPSS said everyone was required to walk through a metal detector. An Irvington man behind bars after investigators say he stabbed his family dog to death for defecating in the house. Frank Conley facing aggravated cruelty to animals. It happened on 2 Mile Road. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office says they found Conley stabbed the family dog Belle in the abdomen. We're told Conley then buried Belle in the backyard. The Sheriff's Office says Conley is also being investigated for possible connection to recent animal disappearances in the Irvington area. Conley was arrested and booked into Metro Jail. He has a bond hearing set for Wednesday. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey will deliver her final Save the State address to the legislature tonight. She'll speak to lawmakers in the Old House chamber of the state capitol. Ivey has been Alabama's governor since 2017. She was elected to her first full term in 2018 and won re-election in 2022. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. There have been protests around the country demanding ICE operations be dissolved. At the Detroit Economic Club in Michigan today, President Trump reaffirmed law enforcement is targeting the worst of the worst.
Our ICE operation in Minnesota, for example, is finding hundreds of killers, violent predators, and child rapists, some of the worst criminal offenders anywhere in the world, murderers all over the place. All we want to do is get them out.
Last week, 37-year-old Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. A recent Consumer Price Index report found everyday goods like gas, groceries, rent were up 0.3%. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president's failing at affordability.
At a time when families are paying more, getting less, when grocery bills and energy costs are squeezing household budgets, Trump's focus is dangerously, dangerously off track.
Inflation's at 2.7%. America's listening to Fox News.
With two people who know it.
All right, YouTube viewers, let me look and see if there's anybody still looking on the YouTube. And that would require me going to... Oh, yeah, there's a small number. Thank you for looking in. 68-year-old Chris, going out of town to South Carolina. Ben Griffin, we'll be getting to your birthday coming up on the air. But happy birthday to you in advance of your on-air. Happy birthday. Let's see. Thank you for watching. Who do I see? Draken812. Whoever you are, thank you for looking in on the program. Now, what can I tell you? Going back on it about 1 minute. I saw there was a story about how much Americans spend per capita on booze. And they broke it down state by state to show what states do people spend the most money on booze. And Alabama surprised me by ranking only number 41. Yeah, Alabama. I think there's a lot of folks away from the coast that don't believe in boozing it up. Number one state for spending money on booze per capita, Alaska. Probably because if you don't hunt and fish, what else?
It's Jesse Kelly.
Okami Destroyer Supreme.
Weeknights at 7 on News Radio 710 WNTM.
The Uncle Henry Show, 5:35. Tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow to the Uncle Henry Show. I'll have Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch on the air. I know he was a Mobile police officer, I think in the early 90s, and I want to ask him about wild things he's seen at Mardi Gras. Anyway, that is tomorrow here on the Uncle Henry Show. And then later in the week, I'm going to be out for just a couple of days, but I will be back next week on the Uncle Henry Show. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Now, I was sharing with you stuff that happened at today's Mobile City Council meeting. You can watch the entire meeting on YouTube. This week, I need to mention this. I need to thank them. It was only about 44, 45 minutes long. So excellent work. When you can bring it in to under an hour, the government is doing a better job. I'm not saying that you're doing the best job, but it's a better job when it can be under an hour. And there were still people, citizens, that were able to talk to the council. Now, before I get off the topic of the council meeting, and I told you that you can go find them on YouTube because there's some interesting stuff. They talked about animal cruelty in Mobile and possibly new ordinances about that, reporting animal cruelty, all that kind of stuff. You can watch that discussion on YouTube on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel of the Mobile City Council meeting. Now, one more thing from today's Mobile City Council meeting I want to share with you. We got an update from Mobile Council Lady Gina Gregory on the lake at Langen Park. We've been told by our city fathers and mothers that one of the key components to Mobilians having a better quality of life is dredging the lake at Langen Park, because that's been one of the key things missing. Now, I don't understand that fully. I don't know what I've missed, but we've been told that everything's going to fall into place once they dredge that lake. So let's listen. Gina Gregory, Mobile City Council Mobile County, pardon me, I'm not drunk and I'm not having a neurological problem. I'm just talking too fast. Mobile City Council lady, Gina Gregory. She's here with a council lake dredging update for Langen Municipal Park.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. On Friday, I had a chance to tour Langen Lake by boat. We were in the back part of the lake that's closer to the tennis center and the golf course area, which was really unique for us because we were able to see the tennis center and the golf course from the lake, which is new because, as you all know, the islands have grown up and a lot of woods and things have been around it, and you really could not see outside where the lake was. But the dredging at the lake is really coming along. It looks really, really good out there. I get a lot of questions about where we are in the process. And right now, we're about 30% along in,
All right, good. 30% along.
in this basically 2-year project. They have been working on that back lake, the lower lake, for the most part here recently. We were able to watch the big machinery come and take out the sediment. They are taking out 50 dump load trucks every day.
50 dump trucks a day? Really? That's a lot. Doesn't that sound like a lot to you?
Of this sediment. And they're taking it off-site right now. It's going off-site to a dirt pit, so they're putting it there. It is not going into Mobile Bay. Don't.
All right, so and it's going to a dirt pit. See, I've got questions about that. First of all, I wonder if there's anything interesting. You think there's anything interesting that they've dredged out of that lake? Is anybody putting on like a hazmat suit and trying to sift through this stuff out of that dirt pit? I wonder if you took a metal detector out there and just see if you could find jewelry or something. Who knows? But think of it. Doesn't that sound like a lot? 50 trucks a day?
Get that idea. I have had some questions about that. Some of the other sediment along the way will be dried and used to kind of do some infill at the park, but right now it's going into these pit areas. So again, great work going on. Jen Green is spearheading the effort for the city. And if you all don't know Jen Green, she is a force of nature to be reckoned with. She is great. And again, I was just excited to be able to see it, to be able to share the photos and the video with everyone so that you can see what's going on out there. And it is a really, really great project for the city.
All right. So a lake update from Gina Gregory. And I'm now, my imagination is really captured by the 50 dump truck loads of this stuff going out to a dirt pit every day. Do you think it's just a bunch of mud? Or is there anything interesting in there? All right, Uncle Henry's Show, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. And again, if you want more from the council meeting, watch it on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. Let me go to the Uncle Henry Show voicemail. I've got a message from West Loxley, Alabama.
Roll Tide, Unc. Well, Uncle, I noticed on Facebook today, J.D. Crow's at it again. That's all I'm going to comment on that. He's at it again. Oh, and let me sneak this in there. Happy birthday, Summerdale's own Ben Griffin.
All right, hey. Thank you, 68-year-old Chris. Thank you for warning me about this. I don't look at the J.D. Crowe cartoons because I don't want my blood pressure. I don't want my heart to burst. I don't want to have some type of an aneurysm or something. So I know to avoid them these days so that I don't have some type of medical issue. So I don't. But thank you for warning me. I won't be trying to find the J.D. Crowe cartoon. But Uncle Henry Show listener, Uncle Henry Show. He's been to many of our Uncle Henry Show events. Ben Griffin, who comes all the way from Summerdale to Mobile because he likes the show and the other people that listen to the show. Happy birthday to Ben Griffin.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Ben Griffin.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, indeed, and happy birthday to any other person that is celebrating a birthday today. Now, back to voicemail. I got another one from Wes Loxley.
Roll Tide, huh? Well, Uncle, it's just in. Read it off the Facebook website called Saturday Down South. They like to cover the SEC football. Young Ty Simpson has decided that he will declare for the NFL draft. There have been some reports out there. Speculation was that he'd been offered as much as $6.5 million to go to other universities to play quarterback. So evidently he's turned that down, which was probably, believe it or not, a smart move because they say the chances of getting drafted high in this year's draft would be better than next year's. So good luck. Thank you very much, and roll tide to one of the bravest quarterbacks Alabama's ever had. I heard some people saying, yeah, well, thank goodness he's gone. Well, let me tell you what.
Wait, really? There were people really saying that?
If he'd have had a half-decent offensive line in front of him, he might could have done even better than what he did. But thank goodness we had him back there because he did help construct a few victories along the way. Gave up a broken rib in his last game, so anyway, onward and upward, I say. Roll, Tide, roll.
Roll, Tide, roll. 68-year-old Chris, 68-year-old Chris West Loxley, thank you for your voicemail. The voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976. So some people didn't like him? Really? I think there's some games that he was the best thing we had going for us.
Getting word of an accident on West Michigan Avenue at Louisville Avenue. And we have some slowing on Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10. It's an 8-minute drive. On Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 48-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking if you're still looking. I appreciate that very, very much. And I will take a look. Just to double check. Yep, still on there. Still a few people looking in. Bamba Big Man. Good to see Bamba Big Man. But Ben Griffin turning 40. You're about you're about 10 years away from gaining some true wisdom. If you keep at it. But congratulations again on your birthday. Now let me see if there's anything I can tell you about while waiting to go back on the radio. Let's see. If you get your health advice from people on TikTok, on the TikTok app, you may have seen that there's a trend of the fitness people on TikTok recommending that you jump up and down 50 times to start your day every morning. Jumping up and down 50 times. Many of the people that give this advice are not experts. They're just telling you to jump up and down 50 times every morning. A gaming store, let's see, was robbed in Everett, Washington, a break-in where $40,000 worth of collectible Pokemon cards were stolen. I don't understand the value of a Pokemon card. I just don't. And I wonder, is there I guess there's a market for stolen Pokemon cards because these stories are in the news every few months. I'm very glad that I was too old to be sucked into something as mind-numbingly stupid as a Pokemon. All right, let's see. Back on the radio here in a couple of minutes. The website Wallet Hub has come out with another divisive list of states, and it's the best and worst states to raise a family. Alabama is in the bottom 10, or you would say we're in the top 10 of bad states to raise a family, according to Wallet Hub and all their data points. The worst states to raise a family are New Mexico, West Virginia, Mississippi, Nevada, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Georgia. I wonder why it's bad to raise a family. Not enough weirdos? Not enough weirdos in your state. Where's your kid going to learn to dye their hair purple in Alabama? You're going to need to go to Massachusetts, which is number 1. But not enough, I guess not enough access to weirdos in these states.
Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710 WNTM. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now let's see. I did want to mention, in case you didn't already hear about it, the creator of the Dilbert comic strip passed away this morning. I guess it was right before 9 a.m. local time. I say that because there are a lot of mornings that the guy would do Coffee with Scott Adams on Rumble Video, on the X app. I think it was on YouTube as well. So Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, would do his own show every morning at 9 a.m. And, of course, working, I wasn't always able to catch it. But I've been watching it a lot more lately because Scott Adams had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. It had spread. He had been fighting it for quite some time. He almost took his own life back in the summer. He had, in California, you can get doctor-assisted taking of your own life. And he had already gotten a prescription and was ready to go because the pain was so horrible. He could not handle the pain, and he was gonna check out on his own back in June, but then he got admitted to some clinical trials for some different cancer treatments, and he was able to hang on until this morning. And Scott Adams was he's been on his deathbed. He made the announcement at the beginning of January that he had to go off of the cancer treatments because they weren't working, and he had transferred to hospice care. But he kept doing his show every single day that he could. Here is a brief obituary of Scott Adams.
Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert comic strip, has died after a battle with prostate cancer. He was 68. News of his death was shared by his ex-wife, Shelley, on Coffee with Scott Adams, saying through tears, he's not with us anymore. She then shared a lengthy statement touching on his conversion to Christianity, his family, his divorce, and what he saw as his life's purpose, ending it.
Be useful. And please know, I loved you all to the very end.
Adams publicly revealed his diagnosis in May and said then that he didn't expect to live beyond the summer. At its peak, the Dilbert comic was published in 2,000 newspapers in at least 70 countries. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up to you, the listener, about Scott Adams is if you are somebody that likes to read success literature, or personal development literature. I'm trying to figure out the right term for this. The kind of books that Dale Carnegie or Og Mandino, Brian Tracy, Earl Nightingale, who used to be on this radio station, Zig Ziglar. I mean, there's a long list of either self-help, personal development, success in business, success in life, that type of literature. Scott Adams has come out with a number of books that are in that vein, but written in a very different way. And if you like that kind of stuff, you would really enjoy some of his books. He's got a book called How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. A lot of people credit that as being a life-changing book. And it's written a little bit differently than all that other type of success, personal development, self-help stuff has been written. If you're interested in that kind of literature, check it out. How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. Great book. The last book of his that I bought was Reframe Your Brain. Terrific book. Reframe Your Brain. Lots of chapters on a variety of aspects of life and very simple advice on the whole point of the book is making yourself able to look at things from a different angle and to approach things in your life that you believe are problems from a different angle. So anyway, his motto in life was to be useful to other people. And he tried to be useful to other people on his deathbed and was trying to give this kind of advice every day up until the day that he could not. And this morning, he was trying to hang on to do his show and passed away right before they were to go live. So if you are a fan of that type of literature, check it out, because it's not cartoons, by the way. The books I'm talking about are not cartoon books. There's no drawings in there. Rest in peace, Scott Adams. More Uncle Henry Show coming up after the news break here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Securing America.
Port Secretary Pete Hegseth continuing his tour of defense contractors Monday, speaking to employees at Lockheed Martin in Fort Worth, Texas, telling them how valuable they are.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. There's a new show tomorrow with Sheriff Birch on the radio, on AM radio, the magnificent AM radio. And then I'm going to be out. I'll be back a week from today with new shows and some great news in my life that I'm going to share with you next week. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you. I hope you'll be with me next week. Have a pleasant rest of your week. See you soon.
Conflict without the skills and capabilities that you have.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
The Glenn Beck Program. Didn't I read this story about 3 or 4 weeks ago? There's nothing new here. So what exactly is the New York Times doing?